Hi guys, so this week we're laying the concrete. So as you can see, the carport's empty apart from our gas canister, which we still need to use for our kitchen, and we've hung it up. So we're now just waiting for the digger man to arrive. So now the digger man's arrived, I'm very excited to see him starting to dig. So he's scraping the clay and the soil's piling up, so we've got to start thinking about how we're going to move it. Our great plan of using my lawnmower and its trailer to take the soil to the bottom of our garden, obviously you can see my trailer there, was a bit scuppered really because it's tiny and it was going to take forever. So off we went, spoke to the farmer, and they very kindly have come to help us with their big trailer. So now the job's happening a lot quicker. We're getting there and hopefully we'll get this soil moved and dug out in a day, ready for tomorrow. Fingers crossed. It's all go here. There we are guys, the carport's now dug out and we're ready for the hardcore, which is arriving tomorrow. All work again and no play. We've got to fill this with hardcore sand and get the insulation down, ready for Friday for the concrete. Good luck, eh? Here we are, day 2, and the hardcore's arrived. We were hoping that they would be able to deliver half one side and then half the other, so that it would be a bit easier to kind of rake and move it all onto the floor, but it all came out in one go, so there's a massive pile, and now we're going to spend probably most of the day moving it and leveling it across the floor. So I'm going to get a mask because it's quite dusty and get going. Day 2, we've managed to flatten it, level it, and we've got a vibrating plate that we've gone over. We've had the delivery of the sand, so we're going to hopefully put that in tomorrow and level that out. But it's been a hard day moving all this hardcore around, and I am knackered. Ready for a beer, I think. See you tomorrow. Here we are, day 3, and we're now raking the sand. The sand's in the pit, as you can see, and I'm now just putting piles and raking them around to level it out. Here we are guys, so we've leveled the sand's all nice and level, as best as we can get it anyway, and I'm about to use the whacker that's behind me just to compact it all down and make sure it's absolutely solid. We've sprinkled the sand with a bit of water because that helps it just compact a bit better. So now we're going to get on to the noisy works. So as you can see, I've got the waterproof membrane in and the cats are enjoying sitting on it. Hopefully they won't pierce the membrane, but if they do, then I'm sure little stones will, and it's quite a thick membrane, so it should be okay. I've also overlapped up the sides of the walls, and I've put 2 strips in and put another one in the middle, so there's about 1.5 meters, 2 meters overlap, so there's quite a bit of overlap. And as you can see, round the side, it's fallen over, but I've left it so that I can actually hold this up and it will go up the side of the wall, and then I'll cut what I don't need at a later date. So we're nearly there, now time for the insulation. Here we are, right, we've now laid the insulation on top of the waterproof membrane. So we're now ready for the electrician who's coming tomorrow, and he's going to be laying his cables on top of the insulation, and then we're going to put the metal frame on top, and then we should be ready for the concrete. That's the end of day 3. I'm knackered again and looking forward to tomorrow. Right, so we're nearly there. We're getting there. We seem to be getting there very slowly, but I suppose that's what it's like, isn't it? We've tried to put some batons in around the wall, and this was so that when we tamper the concrete, we've got a line to tamper against. However, the problem is when we were screwing into the wall, we were either screwing into stones, the stones were falling off, the cement on the side was falling off, and so the problem was it wasn't like it was a good flat wall that we could put some batons on. So we managed to get some up, which we'll use. We'll try and get the cement as level as possible, and if needs be, we might have to screed it afterwards to make sure it's absolutely plumb level. But that's what we've done around the sides. I've also put some nails in just to hold the waterproof membrane up, and also I've now laid my little spacers that I've made, and as you can see, I've laid them in a grid pattern, And the next step is to put the metal grid on top. It will rest on top and then I can use this to tie it on. As you can also see, the electrician's been this morning, so it's been a busy day. And we've got all the cables in, ready and waiting. And they're underneath the metal grid, and I'll also cable tie them to the metal grid as well. So it's the morning of the concrete delivery. We're all ready, and I'm super excited to get the concrete in, but I think it's going to be hard work. Concrete's in and the floor's nearly finished, so now we need to wait a week while this dries before we can get on it, or at least a week anyway. Hard day at work. I'm so glad that this week's over. I'm now going to have a beer and relax for the weekend. Hope you enjoyed this week. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking the link on the screen now, and I'll see you next week. Cheers guys, bye.